Now, here's a quick tip for sentence writing, and a lot of style books talk about this for a good reason. There's a really good reason to do this. But I just gave an example here on the screen of a kind of long sentence, and I just want to explain what's wrong with the sentence and how it'll help your writing if you change it or if you avoid doing this. So we have a sentence here starting with the time we left home, and judging by how long we had been in the car, I figured it was around 8:03 a.m. So this author, if you could read the rest of the story, they're out with their family and it's early in the morning, and the author has fallen asleep trying to figure out where they are and so on. But the issue here is this kind of delayed gratification. This is essentially the sentence. I figured it was around 8:03 a.m. That is the sentence. Starts with the subject, I. We know who that is. We know what the action is. It was figuring. And then what is the figuring? Well, the time comes after that. Simple sentence showing the time of the moment. But to get to that sentence, we have this very long, what's called dependent clause. So this could not stand alone as its own sentence. Starting with the time we left home and judging by how long we had been in the car, we need more. This doesn't stand alone grammatically, as a grammatical sentence. But more importantly, we are delaying a kind of gratification that the reader gets from processing who is doing what. In that case, it's I'm figuring the time. That's the who does what. This is what readers love. They love sentences where it's simple, straightforward. We get the doer of the action, whatever the point is here. We get all that. Readers love this. But this, it's a kind of loading up of material that the reader has to process before they get the actual point of the sentence. And so most style guides will talk about how you should get the doer, as I call it, of the action of the sentence, which is figuring, at the start of the sentence. I figured it was around 8:03 a.m. And that these style guides and I believe that when you have all this other stuff loading up the start of a sentence, that is harder for the reader to process. They have to hold these multiple points in their head before they get the actual point of the sentence, which is that. So just a quick tip there that try not to load up the start of your sentences with these dependent clauses. Get to the point. The person doing something at the start of a sentence. Doesn't mean you can't do these dependent clauses occasionally. That's fine to have a few of those, and I do those in my own writing. But just try not to do it all the time. And this is a particularly long dependent clause here in front of the actual point of the sentence. So just a quick tip there when you're writing. And I think if you focus on just writing simple sentences, straightforward sentences that have people, you, your mother, your father, doing things, it'll be much easier to read.